It is the largest cash seizure in Miami-Dade police history. Over $24 million found inside the
$1.8 million right here. The $20 bills section.
Take a closer look at this moment, specifically the part involving that $20 bill. It raises a serious question. What would anyone realistically do with $330 million in physical cash? That's exactly the kind of question federal investigators may be asking Floyd Mayweather after a CNN reporter revealed that an enormous amount of cash was allegedly discovered inside his mansion in Miami. According to the report, authorities carried out investigations and searches at properties and businesses connected to the former boxing champion. These actions reportedly followed findings related to unpaid taxes dating back to his years competing professionally in the ring. Alongside the tax liabilities, several legal disputes and claims of outstanding debts have also surfaced. Reports mention allegations involving fraud, potential financial misconduct, and questionable cryptocurrency dealings tied to various business activities.
Money made all day. You know, right here, the light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. You know, money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
In response to these concerns, federal authorities reportedly attempted to place restrictions on his bank accounts. However, investigators soon discovered that the boxing icon kept only a small portion of his wealth in financial institutions. Because of this, officials turned their attention to searching his properties in Miami and Las Vegas. The Las Vegas residence, where he was said to spend most of his time, did not initially reveal much evidence during the search. The situation appeared very different at the mansion in Miami. During a detailed inspection of the property, investigators reportedly uncovered a hidden room protected by heavy security measures. Gaining entry to the space proved difficult and required several hours of effort. While the search was underway, security personnel and employees present at the property were detained, as none of them claimed to know how to open the secured area. Eventually, after multiple attempts and the use of specialized methods, agents forced the door open. Inside, they allegedly discovered a room filled with a massive amount of cash, so much that removing it from the house became a major challenge for the investigators.
The cash was behind this wall in the attic, packed in orange Home Depot buckets, 150 grand in each.
During the entire operation, Floyd Mayweather himself was reportedly not present and could not be located. After completing the search, authorities cleared the property, secured the building, and placed it under guard. In addition to the large amounts of cash, investigators allegedly came across documents they considered potentially incriminating. Because of these findings, officials attempted to contact Mayweather to request his presence for questioning. So far, however, no response or public statement has been issued from him regarding the matter. As the accusations continue to grow, the situation could eventually move into the legal system, where a court process might determine the outcome. Depending on how events unfold, the case could lead to serious legal consequences unless he is granted bail.
Money made, that's all I do is get money. Today is a rose gold day, as you can see.
The reports quickly led to a flood of reactions from fans across social media. Many people shared strong opinions, and some even speculated that part of the money allegedly discovered might not be real. One commenter joked that federal agents searching Floyd's property was something that should have happened long ago, suggesting the fighter, known for showing off piles of cash, may have finally run into trouble. Others reacted with sarcasm about the reported $330 million in cash, comparing the situation to scenes from popular heist stories. One fan joked that it sounded like he had been watching too many crime films about elaborate robberies. Another comment took a more critical tone, saying the size of the reported cash stash seemed to reflect the larger-than-life personality he often displays publicly. Some people even argued that if such an enormous amount of money truly existed, it would be better used to help those facing serious financial hardship, mentioning causes like supporting people experiencing homelessness.
The $20 bills section. We like to call this the Andrew Jackson section, but I like to call it wallpaper. 200,000 in 20s.
Another fan joined the discussion with a humorous comparison, saying Floyd's home sounded like a real-life version of Monopoly, only instead of play money, the house was reportedly filled with actual cash that, according to the commenter, may not have been properly taxed. Someone else joked that the amount of money being talked about was so large it might have its own gravitational pull, sarcastically suggesting that such situations are what happen when people start dealing with questionable financial activities. A different supporter of the investigation expressed little sympathy for the boxing star. According to that comment, the situation felt like a consequence of years of bold statements and public displays of wealth. The fan concluded by saying that the attention from federal authorities might finally be catching up with him.
Like 1.8 million, you know how it is. Check it out. Let them know it's all hundreds. Money made all.
One more fan added a humorous take, wondering if Floyd might run his exhibition bouts on a cash-only basis. The commenter joked that this could explain why he sometimes appears short on money after fights. They continued the joke by suggesting that authorities should simply auction off the reported cash and even sell money-themed t-shirts, claiming the proceeds could help fund Mayweather's next major advertising campaign. The retired boxing champion, famous for his 50-0 professional record, has long taken pride in the enormous amounts he earned during his time in the ring. Even after stepping away from professional competition, he continues to showcase the wealth he accumulated throughout his career. Not long ago, the American fighter shared a video online displaying several luxury items, including a unique watch connected to Arnold Schwarzenegger, what he described as the largest Chanel bag in the world, and stacks of cash spread across a table totaling about $1.44 million. In the video, Floyd Mayweather included a caption explaining his perspective on success and criticism. He wrote that he had once heard the idea that the loudest person in a room is often the weakest, but said he believes that only applies to people involved in illegal activity. In his own case, he stated that he has no problem openly displaying the wealth he earned legally. Mayweather also emphasized his personal journey, describing himself as a black man who grew up in poverty but managed to overcome the obstacles in front of him. He added that reaching that level of success allows him to celebrate it proudly without worrying about the opinions of others. He finished the message with a 4th of July greeting, calling it his form of independence and inviting people to let the fireworks begin. Along with the video, he also shared a straightforward photo of himself surrounded by money, pairing it with a message aimed directly at critics who often question or challenge his lifestyle.
Of course, in this world, I don't always play into, worry about what anyone says about me. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't doing none of that. I said, let me have some fun. Let me play with the people.
Yeah.
And, actually, then, something I want to show you.
Mm-hmm.
Then let me show you something.
Okay.
I've been,
I like being educated.
Okay. Man, one thing we don't want.
For more than 2 decades, critics have often repeated the same complaint about Floyd Mayweather, that he constantly talks about his luxury lifestyle, from expensive cars and jewelry to mansions, designer clothes, women, and large amounts of money. Responding to those accusations, Mayweather said he has no problem with the criticism. In fact, he suggested that while people have spent over 20 years focusing on him with negativity, they could have used that time to build their own achievements and legacy. Widely recognized as one of the wealthiest athletes in history, Mayweather is estimated to have a net worth of roughly $450 million, with total career earnings reportedly surpassing $1.1 billion. In a recent burst of activity on social media, the 47-year-old once again gave followers a glimpse of his wealth. In one Instagram story, he displayed large stacks of cash spread across the floor, an amount that appeared to total hundreds of thousands of dollars. The post quickly drew attention from fans who were familiar with his habit of showcasing the rewards of his long boxing career.
Just really show account numbers. But man, last time I checked, it's still right there.
Ooh, hold on, let me get. Oh shit!
Man, it's still right there.
Oh,
I still got it.
Okay.
I still got it just for the record. I still got it just for the record.
Okay. Damn. Shit could be bullshitting.
Still got it just for the record. I still got the 100. Still got 100 mil I ain't never even touched.
That's just for the record.
Soon after, Mayweather was seen striking a pose on an airport runway, directing the camera toward his custom private jet that was parked and ready for departure. The aircraft was large and luxurious, painted in silver and gold tones, with the letters TMT, short for the money team, displayed prominently on the tail. His name, Mayweather, was also emblazoned along the side. As he turned toward the jet, he proudly remarked, "Not bad for a high school dropout." Despite the show of extravagance, not all fans were impressed. Some responded critically on social media, with one commenter bluntly stating that the display came across as a sign of insecurity rather than confidence.
Time to go. Let's go. It's just for the record.
That's just for the record.
That's crazy though that after all these years, they still.
It doesn't. The thing is this, man. You must realize this. Just about life. The thing is this. If you don't have no money, you ain't gonna have no money problems. You know what I'm saying? For you to even have any money problems.
People they had ever seen. Some fans went further, analyzing the display of wealth, with one pointing out that people who feel the need to constantly show off are often self-conscious and use flexing to feel superior to others. Others targeted different aspects of his public image, with one remarking that Mayweather's frequent boasting suggested insecurities about basic skills, like reading. Another commenter mocked him by saying, "Blood thinks he's inspirational." Humor was also part of the reaction, with a fan jokingly asking if Mayweather would ever experience being broke again.
Or keep them talking about what you're doing. It's obvious you must making some noise some type of way. So I'm making some noise some type of way. Whether it's in the ring or out the ring. Like I showed the people, actually, I paid, I think it was in 2015, I think I paid him. That was just 3 checks, but I gave him another check. I think I gave him over 34 million. That's what I paid in 2015.
Today, we got 2 different colors. Check it out. See the color down here? Look at the color up top. It's time for me to go to bed. Time for me to go to bed. See you guys in the land.
A few fans offered a more supportive perspective. One praised Mayweather's determination, writing, "His success shows his drive and skill. Dropping out of school didn't stop him from reaching the top. Always impressive." Another chimed in with admiration, calling him the greatest boxer of all time and acknowledging that he was simply showcasing the rewards of his hard work, dubbing him Floyd the GOAT. Despite the mixed reactions, the boxer himself defended his actions on social media. He stated that his financial empire remained solid and suggested that the ears was merely trying to get a share of what he calls the money may show.
Half of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's in Nevada, so which is no state tax. So basically, all you have to do is give him that 33%.
Yeah.
Skip, I get it, and I get the fact like all they're gonna do is waste my money anyway, but that's not the way you do it.
That is not.
There have also been claims that Mayweather recently shared a fake tax receipt on his social media, allegedly intended to mislead the public. His famous nickname Money not only highlights his achievements inside the boxing ring, but also reflects his remarkable ability to generate substantial wealth through fights and business ventures. Despite the controversies, Mayweather has stated publicly that he paid a tax sum in the 8-figure range over the past year, emphasizing his compliance with financial obligations while showcasing his earnings on social media.
These 4 special timepieces right here come as a package. Forbes just done a crazy story on the Hue collection. I need you guys to go check it out. Now, when I travel, I like to take 7 watches. 7 Ivy & Co watches. Now, I know in the past, I talked about 30 watches, 40 watches, but now it's all about the Hue collection and these 3 watches. Ivy & Co, Let's Go, the Hue collection.
Floyd Mayweather is widely recognized as one of the wealthiest athletes in history, thanks in large part to his incredible success in the boxing ring. which earned him massive fight purses. The nickname Money perfectly reflects both his career and his financial achievements that although he has retired from professional competition, Mayweather has returned for several exhibition matches and continues to manage multiple businesses and own numerous properties. Reports from December indicated that an agreement was reportedly reached for a 2024 exhibition rematch against Manny Pacquiao, likely to take place in Japan as the two legendary fighters prepare to reignite their long-standing rivalry later this year.
This is wild.
Well, and not to mention that could be proven, right? You just take the camera. You don't have to tell the audience it's sold out. Just take the camera and show us if it's sold out. I mean, it's as simple as doing that. Can I tell you one that's interesting? Floyd Mayweather, just before he came Floyd, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, in fact, at the time. The year was 2005. Portland, my hometown, and he fought Sean Bay Mitchell, who was a former world champion. So they fought
the tassel shorts.
Yep, that's exactly right. Good memory, by the way. Gooseman promoted that.
Mayweather hasn't held back on social media, frequently showcasing his earnings with posts that combine wealth flaunting and his signature confidence. In one post, he shared a photo of a tax payment check, accompanied by a bold caption. He wrote that just before spending a bit over $1 million on Super Bowl-related expenses, he had to pay the years, referred to as Uncle Sam, $18 million in taxes even while retired. He added that people could only imagine how much he paid during his active fighting years. Going back to 2017, Mayweather addressed controversies surrounding allegedly fake documents. At the time, he told reporters that his taxes were fully taken care of, referencing a $100 million check from his fight against Manny Pacquiao that he didn't even cash publicly. He summed up the matter by saying he wasn't worried and that these claims weren't a problem for him.
You had to pay, what, cut a $100 million check to the IRS. Yeah. Give him $100 million. Now, if someone in this camp introduced him to someone that knew the game and that could save him money, he would look at that as a business move.
Mayweather's tax attorney did not immediately respond to requests for comment, and it remains unclear whether the Internal Revenue Service has attempted to withhold any portion of his fight purse from the bout against Conor McGregor. The IRS typically does not provide statements on individual cases. Similarly, Nevada boxing regulators did not immediately respond to inquiries. In general, the IRS suspends collection efforts when a taxpayer formally disputes a lien. According to Stephen A. Smith, Mayweather filed a petition with the U.S. Tax Court in Washington, D.C. on April 13, requesting that his case be heard in Las Vegas. This petition step follows unsuccessful negotiations between a taxpayer and an ears officer regarding the settlement of a tax debt. Attorney Leighton Kohler, from the Las Vegas office of the Dickinson Wright firm and not involved with Mayweather's case, explained the standard process.
But then he has security. Well, if it don't work, at least got the money to pay him off. So I think it's a low risk, high reward for him. So I think in that situation, people with money like Mayweather, they'd be like, all right, I'll try.
The appeals process may be giving Mayweather extra time to access the millions he earned from his August fight, funds that could potentially be used to satisfy ears obligations. Leighton Kohler, a former senior revenue agent with the ears, explained that tax judges only travel to Las Vegas once or twice a year, meaning taxpayers may have to wait 6 months to a year before their cases are actually heard. The lien related to 2015 is just one of several tax cases the ears has filed against Mayweather over the past decade. This situation contrasts with many of his former opponents, including Conor McGregor, whose financial records in Ireland show no similar issues during the same period. In addition, Mayweather is reportedly debt-free in the U.S. states, where he has competed. Looking at his career overall, Mayweather's legacy is often divided into two eras, the Pretty Boy era and the Money Mayweather era, reflecting both his boxing style and his rise as a financial powerhouse.
I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you.
The two eras in Mayweather's career differ in nearly every aspect. One distinction is his boxing style. During the Pretty Boy era, he was known for dominance in the ring, aggressive tactics, and knockout power. In contrast, the Money Mayweather era showcased a more calculated approach, highlighting exceptional skill, defensive mastery, and high boxing IQ. Another major difference lies in the earnings from each period. While Pretty Boy Mayweather earned a respectable income and was signed with Top Rank, the Money Mayweather era brought in hundreds of millions of dollars, reflecting his elevated status both in and out of the ring. This financial leap also had implications for his legal and tax behavior. Pretty Boy was generally law-abiding and handled his taxes properly, whereas Money Mayweather became associated with allegations of falsifying tax documents and attempting to avoid payments. However, pinpointing exactly when this shift toward massive wealth and the controversies that followed began is difficult, and even Mayweather himself hasn't fully detailed the turning point in his career.
That he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip, but it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted the fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle the score. And let me tell you how the IRS works, Skip.
Bone referred to the person as Suge, and the judge indicated there was case law that said a unique name could be the basis to prove identity. And the case he showed, I think, is different than what the law is. I mean, it's a very limited circumstance when that was admissible. And the cases we pointed out to him said that's not the case here. So that's a change of circumstance, in our opinion. So we wanted the judge to lower.
Professional boxer Floyd Money Mayweather has reportedly settled a tax bill exceeding $22 million owed to the Internal Revenue Service, using funds from his August 26 fight against Conor McGregor. What's particularly interesting is the approach he and his attorney reportedly used to manage the ears lien, which offers insight into strategic tax handling. According to ESPN, Mayweather filed a petition stating that much of his wealth was illiquid at the time. He then arranged to make payments to the ears once he received the proceeds from his fight against McGregor the following month, effectively postponing the collection until his funds became available.
Logan Paul!
In essence, Mayweather and his attorney were relying on the typically slow pace of the ears to gain extra time. The strategy carried some risk, however, because the ears could have legally frozen the fight purse until the court reviewed the case. Mayweather's attorney, Jeffrey Morse, gave Fight.com a detailed explanation of the approach, describing it as a calculated business move. He said that if Mayweather could invest his money and earn a return that exceeds any interest owed to the ears, it makes financial sense to take advantage of the delay. Morse explained that by deferring the tax payment, Mayweather could continue growing his wealth through large investments. The petition was filed specifically to allow him to maintain access to his funds and maximize returns before settling the tax obligations.
Going after him? Are they being pressured by someone else to do this? What is the reason why they're doing it? And what do they have on him? I don't know.
Nobody knows. A lot of people are acting like they know. If you go read everybody.
Both of the strategies Mayweather employed carried significant risk for a couple of reasons. First, the ears doesn't always respond predictably. And second, Mayweather's past disputes with the agency may have made officials less willing to offer leniency. Over the years, interest continued to accumulate on his unpaid taxes, which ultimately contributed to him being taken into custody. That wraps up this update. For the latest news, highlights, and developments in the world of boxing, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you're alerted whenever we post content like this. Until next time, peace.